Hello guys, and welcome to another episode of Minecraft Through Time. So you probably noticed on this video there was no intro or quirky or some silly slapstick introduction. And that's because I'm going to do something different for this video. Because I just got access to a whole bunch of recreations of the missing versions of Minecraft. So, I have to bring off some kind of rules on these recreations because they are not my recreations and I have to give them credit. Because these two people, mainly one, started it, but his friend or whatever, I'm not sure what his relation to the other guy is, to the mods, they deserve all the credit. And these people are Method and Nazco222. And thank you so much for you guys for that, for all the code for these jar files, because I appreciate it. Because now I could actually play these recreations. I know I said earlier in this series that I won't be playing recreations. The only reason why I said that was I didn't have access to any. And I wasn't smart enough to code for any. But now that I got them, there's no reason not to use them. So in this episode, I guess to commemorate my 300 subscribers that I obtained, we're going to have an extra long episode going over all the classic versions that we had to skip. And trust me, there's a lot, especially with survival tests, and those are fun. So, I'll see you all in the first version of playable Minecraft recreation. And don't worry, the credits and links to the people who made these mods, Method and Nazco222, they will get credit. And I believe I'll put them in the timestamps and I'll put them in the description of the video. So let's move forward to the first recreation of Minecraft and the first playable version of Minecraft, which is, I think it was before even Cave Game. So let's get going. Also, I really hope it might look weird on a recording because those old classic versions had a weird windowing issue. Not really issue, they just didn't fit in a window very well. Also, there's going to be no sound, so we got to deal with that. So see y'all in Cave Game. Alright, welcome to the first playable version of Minecraft in the recreation. And this is a recreation of pre-classic 131.648. And as you see here, the world's generating. I could walk around, but it appears to me that this world is just very, very slowly generating. Yeah, I can see why this version was quickly changed. And it looks like I'm falling, but I just can't. I'm going to stop moving around because I have no idea what's going on. I'm just going to wait for the world to generate, and I'll come back once it generates. And as you see, my performance is starting to dip. I'm about 45 FPS. And hopefully the resolution doesn't look too bad or stretched. Hopefully. Oh, jeez, this generates weird. It looks like I'm about to get engulfed by this. Oh, that's weird. I can't break anything. That's cool. Is the world fully generated? Oh, we got one more layer going. What the heck? We could look through the world. But yeah, this looks almost exactly like the Cave Game tech demo that Notch released. This is pretty cool. I mean, it's very bare bones, but it's Minecraft, the first version. And I'm actually able to play in it, albeit a pretty bad FPS. Looks like I can't get back on the surface, but let's see if I can speedrun going all the way to the bottom of the world. You fall really slow, wow. It's like it's like Minecraft the Dropper, what? Oh, looks like I reached the bottom. I think this is the bottom right here. Yeah, that's the bottom. Oh, that's fun. Time to upgrade to the next version. I gotta go quick in these, or else this video is gonna be like 50 minutes. Unless you guys want to watch an hour of me playing classic versions. Alright, it's upgrade time. Nothing much changes, so let's upgrade to the next version. See y'all. Welcome to pre-classic 131.655. And wow, this world generated a lot faster. And I believe that's really the only thing that changed in this version. It appears to me that my FPS is actually a lot higher in this version too. So let's see if I could drop her all the way down. Yeah, I could drop her all the way down. That's fun. Yeah, that's literally the only change. Better performance and you drop down faster. Or, you don't drop down faster. You can load the level a lot faster. But that's about it. So, to not waste time, I'm just going to upgrade to the next version. And I'm skipping the versions we already played. These are only recreations I'm playing in this video. Only recreations. And I got to emphasize the recreations part. Because these are not actual released missing versions of the game. These are recreations that were modded versions of existing versions. And that's important because I don't want anybody taking these versions to the Omniarchive and saying they're a missing version. They're not. But to me, they're virtually the same. I don't really care if it's recreation or not. It's as long as it's Minecraft, I'm happy. So time to upgrade to the next version, which is obviously a recreation. And it's the last of the pre-classics. So see y'all in the next version. Welcome to Minecraft Pre-Classic 160052 Recreation. And would you look at this? This is very similar to the third version that I actually had to skip because it was in full screen and I couldn't figure out how to record it nicely. But as you see here, we actually have the skinny crosshair that I actually missed. And this is... Actually, that cobblestone texture looks weird. Let's take a look at that. This version actually added stone, cobblestone, dirt, and planks. Which I'm not sure if we even saw this red texture yet. Also, it's really weird. Placing is left and breaking is right click. It's real annoying. But beforehand, all the textures were this. This used to be stone. And grass used to be like this on all sides, but I think it was slightly darker. And this world also has terrain generation that's not flat. But I believe that was an earlier version. What was new in this version is you could spawn Steves with G. I mentioned the crosshair, and apparently shadows of blocks are brighter. So I placed something underneath. Yeah, it's not nearly as dark as it was in the last version. So yep, cool recreation. But I believe it's time to move on to the classic era. And let me tell you, I'm going to have to split this into 3 sections and maybe into multiple episodes. Because I believe there's about 80 or something recreations I got to go through. So let's get started. And hopefully not take 5 hours doing this. Alright, welcome to what I like to call pre-early classic. And in these versions, they don't have agreed upon names. But in the case of recreation, this is called Classic 0.0.1a 161.607. And right here, one of the bugs is bad performance. And that's been mimicked here because I've been stuck at a solid 24 FPS. And usually my FPS shifts a bit when recording. So I know that was purposely implemented. So I guess that was a purposeful bug. Although this is kind of smooth. This is the most smoothie lag I've ever gotten. Pretty sure it wasn't like this. However, this version added saplings, which you would think that you would press 5, but apparently it's 6 for saplings. Also, the resolution of the game might be bad. I tried making it look good, but I don't know if it actually looks good. But yeah, ugly sapling texture. We'll have it for a few more versions. Also, the plank texture has changed, which, it changed to ugly, whiter, paler texture. Looks a lot like birch wood to me. Tell me what you guys think. And lastly, particles follow players when you break things. So I believe they're billboarded. Yeah, they are billboarded because if I turn and break something, they will face towards me, which is absolutely the case with these particles. Lastly, the crosshair is thicker in the middle, and I'm pretty sure you could tell that from the last version. But that's everything in this version, so it's time to zoom off to the next version of pre-early classic, and we got 3 more of these. So let's zoom. Let's go. Alright, welcome to Classic 0.0.01a 161.616 recreation. And what on earth has happened to the terrain here? Turns out in this version... Wow. Can I... Turns out in this version there is actually a texture issue, which you could absolutely tell. Although I believe this was, well, obviously was fakely recreated, but this is just silly. What is this? But supposedly the mouse is supposed to get changed here such that you press Y, it should invert it, but that doesn't even work in this version, and somehow the textures decide to break as well. So obviously this version's working incredibly well. But above all that, that's about it in this version. So time to upgrade to the next version. Alright, welcome to the next version of Minecraft Classic 0.01a, and this one is revision 161.625. And as you see, the textures are fixed, but at the cost of incredibly horrible performance. Apparently in this recreation I only have an FPS of 16. And look at these beautiful saplings I placed earlier. And I believe if you press Y, it should invert the camera. And I believe it does. So I'm moving the mouse up and the camera goes up. Now if I press Y, I move my mouse up and the camera goes down. So it seems like that fix actually worked, but at the cost of a horrible FPS. That's all that happened in this version. So see y'all in the next version. Let's go. Welcome to the very last of the early pre-classic builds. And this is Classic 0.01a, 161.648, and of course, as always, of all these versions, it's a recreation. And I believe here, the mouse look issues are fixed, but I believe they actually worked in the last version. But in this case, we actually have a good performance. That's the only thing different in this version. And that concludes the pre-early classic. We are now going to move on to the private test builds, which are, I believe, Classic 0.02 all the way to Classic 0.09 or 10. Something like that. So see you all as this game actually builds, gets better. I'm not sure if caves exist yet. Yeah, caves do not exist yet. I believe they will be coming up quite soon. So hopefully you're excited, or not. I don't know. You can feel however you want. Private test build time. Let's go. We have now made it to a new, development stage of Minecraft. This is now the private test builds. As you see in this version, only two things been added, and you can see them both on the screen. First, the version name, which you can see is, this version, which I forgot to mention, is Classic 0.02a. And this version added the version name and the FPS counter. And nothing else. So time to upgrade to the next version already. We are now in Minecraft Classic 0.0.3a. And this version might look the exact same for the last version. But one thing has been added. And that is caves, as you can see down there. I forgot, building's still messed up. Left click is place, and right click is break. That just occurs to me. But yeah, caves have been added, and that's nice. Or re-added, I should say. And if I do that, yeah, you can see all the caves in the world. Can I place more blocks more above me? Yep. So caves are re-added, and I believe these caves look all the same all through Classic. So that's what's special about this version. Nothing else. See y'all in the next version. Hello, and welcome to Minecraft Classic 0.09a. And I'm not sure if you noticed, but the resolution of the game got even smaller. Which means in the recording, it should fit the full screen, but it's going to be pretty pixelated. Because it's about 1/6 of my screen right now, and I have a 1080p screen. I record at 720, and I believe this is at practically 240p resolution. So YouTube compression, don't do your thing too badly. Because I really wish this version wouldn't be so compressed, because there's no solution around it. And first off, versions Classic 0.4 all the way to 8, either they weren't released or they just don't exist, so no recreations exist that version. And in this version, besides the texture or the game resolution changed, the building mode changed. And you notice building mode, you right click and it has the hovering block and all that. So that's cool and nifty. But that's about it for this version. So onward to the next version. we are now in the final version of, what is this? The private test builds, yes. And this is Classic 0.0.11a. And there's a version before this, Classic 0.010a. However, that version doesn't work, and I'm not sure if the jar is literally just built not to work or I just can't get it to work. But this version is supposedly fixed and making the last version unplayable. So I assume the jar was purposely made to not work. That or I'm just getting pranked. So this version literally just fixes whatever happened in the last version. And that's it. Although it does seem like some... Oh, never mind. I thought sapling was in number 5, but it's still number 6. Yeah, but that's it for these builds. I mean, I could spawn humans, but I think I've always been able to do that. And I can't change the fog yet. So, we're going to reach the next branch of development, and this is going to be early classic. And there are a lot of builds I got to go through. I think about 20. So, we're going to zoom through those guys, and hopefully not make a 20-minute video of just early classic. See y'all in the next version. Hello, and welcome to the next part of Minecraft's evolution of these recreations. And now we're in early classic, and we get quite a lot of versions to pump through, so I'll try to do these really quickly. First off, we're in classic 0.0.12a, and this is the second development build. In this version, if I go all the way down to the end of the world, really quickly, bedrock is added, and it's only at the bottom of the world right now. But now I'm stuck down here, but that's okay, because if I press N, I could generate a new world. And apparently lag heavily in this water. And turns out that water's been added in this version, and it's also opaque, which is weird. It's also really laggy if I go to play with it. If I could break these blocks, my mouse is not playing very well. Yeah, very laggy water. And I could also move like really fast in this water too. You see that speed? Insane speed. Another thing that's been added is pressing N regenerates the world, which I showed you. Which that looks weird. Water flooding the entire world. That's probably why it lags. Here, can I get a better world? Yeah, better world. If I press F, I don't have to generate everything now, and I get these weird chunk things, which I'm pretty sure you remember way back in earlier classic. It's been added to this version. But that's everything that this version adds. Let's zoom to the next version, because I'm taking way too long. This is recreation of version classic 0.0.12a dev 3, and this version makes water transparent, which I can walk over to it real quick. Yep, water is absolutely transparent, and apparently lava also generates, and it's also transparent as well. So let's see if I can get lava to generate. It says to me that I got some lava to generate right here, and yeah, it is translucent, which is a little weird. You can actually see through the lava. Huh. Weird how whoa, hi Steve. And I think the texture is also like really messed up, and really slow apparently. Oh, what? What is, huh? Well, that was weird. But yeah, that's everything this version got to offer. It's time to upgrade. Supposedly this version is supposed to have messier terrain generation, but I'm not really too sure about that. So if I press N, oh, that's new, I think. I'm not really sure if the terrain generation is different. But anyways, this is classic 0.0.12a, the actual release of it, not a dev build. But apparently messier terrain, but I don't know. I'm not really seeing it. So upgrade time. We are now in classic 0.0.12a_01, and not much has been added. The only thing is when I generate a new level, these Steves right here won't appear in the same spot, because apparently they did in earlier versions. And I can't really confirm that, but just take my word on that. Alright, cool. Next version. Alright, we are in classic 0.0.12a_02. And in this version, supposedly performance is supposed to be better. But I got 120 FPS in the last version, and I have 123. So you tell me what really changed. I don't know. It's time for a new version. I'm already bored. Hello, we're in the next version. And this is classic 0.013a development build 2. And this version requires me to generate a new level. So let's generate, wait, apparently that's how you generate a new level. As you see here, the world type, we exported 0.013a dev 1. And this had a long world type but with no terrain generation. This is the same thing except now the terrain actually has some levels and stuff and generates. But I believe that is about it. Yep, that is everything in this version. So it's time to upgrade. Let's go. Congratulations, you have watched through another version. We are now in version Classic 0.0.13a Development Build 3. And this version also requires me to generate a new level. So let's do that. It's going to take a little while because, oh, I forgot to mention there's a new generate level screen apparently. And do you see how big this level is? Actually, let me press R to let you get a grasp of how big this level is. Absolutely massive. Notch did a huge level test in this case. And now levels are absolutely huge, but as you see in old Classic, they don't render very well. My computer is really getting hit hard. I believe if I change the fog, yeah, it generates. I'm getting 400 FPS, but when I load all that, it's a lot. Because Classic's pretty inefficient with loading things. Gee, if I do that, I'm fine. It's just the whole level that's inefficient. Yeah. But that's everything this version's got to offer, so it's time to upgrade because I don't want to spend too long in these versions. This video is already going to be like 50 minutes, I know it. And we're only in like early Classic. We're only at 13 and ends at 30. I gotta stop procrastinating. Let's go. Okay, we are in the actual release of Classic 0.0.13a. And I mentioned that there's escape menu, but I think that's already known. However, what's not known is lava now is opaque now, which is a little sad, but I mean, makes sense. I mean, translucent lava didn't really make too much sense, did it? Upon that, blocks now have a black outline along it, as you can see. It's very thin, but it's a nice touch. And lastly, sapling textures are changed to whatever this is, which is nice. These are, actually, I believe this texture stays with us for practically till release 1.2 or something, which is good. And yeah, that's not new. I don't know why I said that level thing is new, but we just lost our huge level. Oh well, time to upgrade. Okay, this is one of the funner levels. Right now, this is Classic 0.0.14a, and this is Development Build 1. And clouds in the sky have been added, which is nice. Upon that, sand has been added, and has this dark texture, of course. I can't select in my inventory just yet, but sand is here. Trees and logs and wood. I believe the wood texture changed too. Yeah, to this, the one we know and love. Which I think I had that texture all the way to 1.14. But I'm going to try finding some gravel real quick. And of course, you probably remember this gravel texture. It's back, and I believe these items, do they have physics? Yeah, they do. And these trees also look weird, so let's get a look at them. Yeah, these are silly trees. They almost got kind of a cube look to them. They're just cubes on a stick, almost like a popsicle. They look silly. But the last thing that's been added in this version are ores, so let's see if I could find any. Yep, found some coal, and there's also iron and gold down there, but I don't want to spend the whole time looking for them. So it is upgrade time to the next version. Okay, we are in Classic 0.014a Development Build 2, and fog has been added, and it's blue. That's cool. Why don't we have blue fog in the game still? I like blue fog. That's a nice touch. I like that. Upon that, grass block texture is changing. Ugh. Why is it so short on the top? It looks so weird. What? Silly. That's silly. I don't know why it's like that. And upon that, world sizes have been added, so now we can do huge, normal, or small. I'm just going to do small because best performance. It does enough. It does the job. Apparently, faster, water moves faster. Apparently, you have a water block. Yeah, you see that? I got outline. So can I just place water? Oh, you can. Oh, that's weird. Very, very weird. But it is much faster, yes. Much so. Can I get on top of this tree? So I could just flood the whole world, right? Wait, that's not the right block. Oh, jeez. Oh, no. Am I actually going to flood the whole world? Oh, my gosh, that is terrifying. What? And I'm also looking at this ground here. The grass is turning into dirt. But imagine just having a freaking tsunami in Minecraft like this. Oh, that is terrifying. And you just get engulfed. There's nothing you could do. At least you don't drown, but it's so silly looking. And now the whole world is engulfed in water. It became sea land. Awesome. Time to upgrade. Oh, I forgot we're underneath the water. Well, we're in Classic 0.014a Development Build 3, and let me just generate a new world real quick. Because this level is one of the most cursed and well-known versions of Classic. And this is the vertex offset version. And as you see here, everything I'm placing has a weird angle and color to it, which is extremely cursed. Look at that. So let's see if I can make a cursed Magner sponge. Okay, this took way too long to make, but you see how cursed this thing looks? Ugh. Oh no, that looks... Ugh. What is that? I actually messed up there, hang on. But, ugh. That's so weird. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this version. I want to leave it. Upgrade time. Finally, we're back to normal generation. This is good. By the way, this is Classic 0.0.14a, and the only thing that changes is you could use a scroll wheel to pick a block. Although it does seem like we have the ability to pick gravel, leaves, logs, and gravel, which we weren't able to do previously. But among all, that's everything that gets added in this version. So it is upgrade time. Okay, welcome to Classic 0.0.4today_01. And supposedly there's a mouse issue, but I'm not really getting a mouse issue. But there's also one last thing. You can't place blocks in... Well, that's the edge of the world. Give me a second to actually find some water here. Oh, that's new. I can't fly around anymore when I press R. Yeah, so we got water here. Supposedly I can't place blocks in it. So I click here, it's fine. You could hear me clicking too. Actually, I'll use this button because you can hear me clicking it. So I'll click this button. Nothing. It just doesn't work. So that's true. But it's also kind of small of an update. So it's time to update to the next version. So we'll have something new to explore. So first off, this is Classic 0.0.14a_3. And supposedly, the version _02, there's not really anything known about it, so there's no recreation of it. And this version is supposed to fixes bugs. So can I play some water now? Yes. Okay, beautiful. That's everything that this version adds. Upgrade time. Welcome to another broken version of Minecraft Classic. And this is Classic 0.0.14a_04. As you see, we're missing the chunk updates, FPS counter, and all of that. But supposedly, if you press enter, you can set your spawn point. So right here, this was my spawn point, but if I walk over here by this tree, press enter, and then respawn, I'll spawn facing the tree now. So yes, but supposedly there is a mouse issue, although I'm not really getting the mouse issue. However, the game is super laggy. So let's get off this version and upgrade and see if it'll be less laggy. Whew. This version of Classic 0.0.14a_05 seems to fix the FPS issue. However, I can only turn a certain point because my mouse does not lock inside the game, which is bad because now the mouse issue is even... What was that sound? But I can't turn around fully, which is really annoying because if I moved too far this way, my mouse is out of the game. Now I'm back in the game. Now I'm out of the game. Now I'm in the game, out of the game. You get the point. So hopefully if we upgrade, this should be fixed. Okay, we are in Classic 0.0.14a_06. And supposedly this version fixes the mouse bug to a certain extent. So now when I'm moving, I can move around. But if I just flick around, the mouse gets shot out of the game, which it does not seem to work when I go up or down. No, but if I go left or right, the mouse does get stuck, and I gotta click back on the game for it to work. But that's about it in this version. So time to upgrade to the last early classic version. So we really spun through these versions, but guess what? We got even more multiplayer classic versions to go through. It's insane. There are so many classic versions to go through. So let's get to it. And this final version of Classic 0.0.14a_07, and remember all these early classics were recreations by Method and Nesco 222. This version is a day of rest because there's no issues, nothing new in this version, just no bugs, just a nice version to chill in. However, I don't need to chill in this version. So we can move on to the multiplayer test builds, and there are a lot. I believe I counted 29. So I'm going to have fun with that. But first off, I need to edit all these early classic videos into one video because I think there's like 20 separate videos or something ridiculous. So I'll see you all in the next version. Hopefully I don't go insane while editing. Probably not. But all I know is hopefully this video is entertaining, because if it's not entertaining, I'm actually going to be sad. It looks like these trees didn't even change size at all. I don't know. I'm procrastinating right now. Hopefully you enjoyed the video so far, because there's a few more a lot more versions we gotta go through. And we're almost to the survival test, which I know those are going to be fun to explore. So you'll see you all in the next version, which will be multiplayer test. Let's go.